Nio house in Berlin. Shocking Nio Stock update. Interested in Nio Stock news? What's new on the stock market? Any good or bad news about the stocks you want to buy that you might invest in? Well, you've come to the right place if you're interested in stocks, especially in Nio. Welcome back to Stock Market News, and let's get into the video without wasting any time. Nio, a Chinese manufacturer of electric cars, saw a huge increase in its stock price at the beginning of the week as demand for electric vehicles looked to be recovering from the setbacks created by COVID lockdowns in the economy of China, the world's second largest country. The news was a factor in the price of Tesla shares increasing after it was made. Don't go anywhere, because this video is going to be extremely helpful for you to watch if you're new to following financial markets, since we have some very exciting news to share with you. After launching operations in Norway in September 2021, the Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer Nio is currently finishing up the necessary procedures to launch operations in Germany. Nio aficionado and YouTuber Marcel uncovered the precise location of the brand new Nio House of Berlin on Friday. His finding was made possible by a piece of information that was shown in the presentation video of the company's newest SUV, the Nio ES7. Nio Europe Vice President Tui Zhang acknowledged Germany as the company's second European market last week. Following Germany as Nio's second European market will be Sweden, the Netherlands, and Denmark in the coming months. Following the Easter egg included in the film, the Nio fan proceeded around the neighborhood in search of possible structures that had renovation works going on so that they may become the next Nio house. As was the case with the Nio house in Norway, the first of its kind in Europe, the electric vehicle manufacturer always searches for large two-story buildings that have large windows that face the exterior. These windows let in a lot of natural light and make it easy to see inside from the outside. The very first Nio house in Germany may be found in Berlin, in the heart of the city, in a popular tourist area, and in front of a metro station that serves both the Zoopalast and the Zoologischer Garten. The site was identified thanks to the information that was disclosed on the notice of work, which identified Nio as the organization responsible for the refurbishment of the space. Up to the end of this year, the market in Germany will be followed by other markets, namely Sweden, Denmark, and the Netherlands. The electric vehicle manufacturer has been expanding its network of Nio houses and has made it clear that these locations are about much more than just displaying the company's wares. According to the company, these facilities include a Nio cafe, forums to spark ideas and inspiration, a library, a living room to relax and meet people with similar interests, a lab to boost productivity in bookable meeting rooms and shared workspace, and also a joy camp to dedicate to children. In the meanwhile, the firm is already making preparations for the second phase of its growth into Europe, which will involve entering 7 more countries later on: Austria, Belgium, France, Hungary, Italy, Spain, and Switzerland. EV manufacturer Nio reaffirmed their intention to increase the number of markets they serve by 25 by the year 2025 during the most recent Nio Day, which took place in December of 2021. This morning, shares of Nio had a strong comeback and were up by as much as 8% as of 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Despite the fact that a competitor has just made a significant expansion move in the sole overseas market Nio is pursuing, investors are making large bets on Nio in anticipation of the company's earnings report and on the rumor that Nio will unveil a new car model in the coming weeks. On March 24, 2021, after the market is closed, Nio will announce its profits for the fourth quarter and the full year of 2021. Yesterday, the stock dropped when an analyst at Deutsche Bank named Edison Yu lowered his price estimate on Nio stock from $70 per share to $50 per share, citing the need to take into account risks associated with geopolitics and supply chains. As is the case with a number of other Chinese stocks, Nio runs the risk of being delisted from the stock market in the United States. According to CNEV Post, Yu anticipates that Nio's gross margin would experience a sequential decline in the fourth quarter to around 17% as a result of the surge of the cost of raw materials. Additionally, Yu anticipates that Nio will only deliver around 25,000 vehicles during the first quarter, which is roughly equivalent to the number of deliveries made during the fourth quarter. Beyond the first quarter, however, Yu anticipates that Nio's deliveries will increase beginning in the second quarter, and he sees the firm delivering a total of 167,000 vehicles. In a nutshell, Nio's long-term growth narrative shouldn't be affected even if the firm is unable to satisfy investors on March 24th due to the several macro obstacles that are now being faced by the company. Investors appear to be taking note this morning as they've been purchasing Nio stock while it's still selling at a considerable discount to its 52-week high. Another momentous occasion is scheduled for Nio in the month of March. On that day, the company will start the delivery of its flagship car, the ET7. According to CNEV Post, Nio is currently accepting bookings for its midsize ET5 car and appears to be ready to launch its 5-seater ES7 SUV as soon as the month of April. In the meanwhile, it's anticipated that the ES7 will compete with BMW's impending X5L, which is an SUV that's being produced specifically for the Chinese market by the premium automaker. What happens next? As a result of the persistent supply difficulties, there is a possibility that Nio may not meet the top-line expectations for its fourth quarter. It's important to keep in mind, however, that virtually every manufacturer of electric vehicles, including the industry giant Tesla, is having trouble overcoming obstacles in the supply chain. Consequently, the delivery or revenue metrics provided by Nio ought to signify less to investors at this point in time. Instead, you should concentrate on determining whether or not Nio will be able to carry out its ambitious goals for 2022, which include the introduction of new models, the commencement of construction on a second facility, and the company's expansion into at least 3 European nations this year. The most recent one in particular is an important development to keep an eye on because Tesla just this morning inaugurated its Gigafactory in Berlin, which has the capability of producing 500,000 automobiles per year. Nio may be relatively new to the industry, but it's already being regarded as Tesla's chief competitor in China. According to Chinese media, President Xi Jinping stated that wars like the one in Ukraine benefit no one. This is an amazing new breakthrough. President Joe Biden and President Xi Jinping are meeting this morning. While the S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Index futures were both down at 0.4%, Nio shares were up more than 4% in early trading. Companies have suffered significant losses as a result of China's zero-tolerance COVID policy, which has forced them to close their doors overnight for several years. Investors in Nio were concerned about the possibility of a production delay as a result of the firm being forced to cease operations due to lockdowns at a time when it is attempting to expand capacity. This country is currently dealing with its deadliest pandemic to date. What you should know about Nio is that the country has lofty growth plans for 2022, although much depends on macroeconomic conditions. Investors appear to be purchasing Nio stock while it's still much cheaper than it was at its peak. Today's developments appear to point as a probable resolution of at least some of the challenges that have been plaguing the company. There is no financial guidance to be found in any of our videos. Trading stocks is a dangerous endeavor that exposes you to the possibility of seeing your money evaporate. In our videos, we discuss our own personal experiences and opinions, but this should not be taken as investment advice to buy, sell, or hold any of the stocks or assets that are discussed. So, for now, our video for today has come to an end. We thank you so much for watching. Please click the like and subscribe button so that we can continue to provide some more content that offers information and updates on Nio Stock for you. I appreciate your time, and we'll catch up with you in the next video. Thanks for watching!